All right, today's lesson continues on geometry. It's the last lesson in topic 5. So next week we're going to do some review and we'll test toward the end of the week or middle of the week, probably about Wednesday. Today we're learning about quadrilaterals. How can we classify quadrilaterals? That is our question of the day. A quadrilateral is any polygon that has 4 sides. Now they have to be straight and it has to be a closed shape. How can you tell how many sides are in a quadrilateral just by looking at the word quadrilateral? Do you see something in there that gives you a hint? Darius? Quad. The word quad, it means 4. That's right. Quadrilaterals can be classified by their angles or by their sides. This first shape in yellow or orange is called a parallelogram. Both pairs of opposite sides are equal in length and they're also parallel. That means they could go on forever without touching. A parallelogram in my mind is like a rectangle that's tilted. Okay? Opposite angles, here's 2 opposite acute angles. Here's 2 opposite obtuse angles. The green shape is called a trapezoid. And there are only one set of parallel lines. These 2 would go on forever without touching. But these 2 would not. They would eventually cross. That's why we call it a trapezoid. Moving on. How are these 2 shapes alike? Alan? They do. So how are they different? Caden? Parallelograms have 2 sets of parallel lines. Trapezoids only have 1. Okay, moving on. First shape is a rectangle. I know it's tough to notice that, but if you really look closely, you'll notice that these are not 4 equals. How are a rectangle and a parallelogram different? Aaron? They could be, but what if they measure the same lengths in both of them? What makes them different? What makes them different, Aiden?
One has a slant to it.
Okay, because it has a slant to it, what's different in this shape and this shape? Dathan?
The rectangle has a 90-degree angle.
That's right. This shape has 4 90-degree angles. This shape has how many 90-degree angles? None. It has 2 obtuse and it has 2 acute. Rectangles have to have 4 90-degree angles, but not parallelograms. This shape is a rhombus. A rhombus is kind of like a square that's tilted. It is also considered a parallelogram because it has opposite equal sides and opposite equal angles. How are these 2 different? What makes them different? Will? Do they look any different?
Rhombus is more of like a smaller tilted shape.
Well, we could tilt it even more. Would that make a difference? If I could grab it right here and drag it and tilt it even more, would that really change it? How are these 2 shapes different, Caden? The rhombus has all 4 sides are equal. In this one, only the opposite sides are equal. Okay. Tell me what is the name of this shape. Kiara? It is a square. How about this shape? Emma?
Rhombus.
A rhombus. Then? Brendan? It is a parallelogram. And finally? America? A trapezoid. Good work. Do you remember how yesterday when we were trying to find the missing angle of a triangle, We said that there was a magic number, that all three angles had to add up to what? 180. But today we're back to talking about a quadrilateral, a four-sided figure. So what's our magic number going to be? 360. That's right. Using your calculator, I have three angles inside of a quadrilateral. Tell me what would be the missing fourth angle. Your angles are 31 degrees, 83 degrees, and 146 degrees. $146. $146, Alexis. Sarah?
100.
Okay. Tell me what you did to find the answer.
I added 31 plus 83 plus 146, and then I took 316 minus.
That number and got 100. 100 is the correct answer. Did anybody do it differently than Sarah? Dathan, what did you do?
I took 360 minus 146 minus 83 minus 34.
And you got the same answer, correct? Good work. Okay, no calculator needed for this one. Look up here. This is somebody's property, looking at it from above. If you were sitting in a helicopter above this lady's house, here's her yard, here's her house, here's her driveway. What term best describes the shape of her whole property? Cole? Yeah, it's a square. That was easy. What type of quadrilateral is this? Aaron? It's a rhombus. It doesn't have right angles. If it did have right angles, we'd call it a square. What is the measure of every single angle in a rectangle? Aiden? 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90 would give us
306.
our magic number of 360. Tough one. Think about this. What type of a quadrilateral is not also a parallelogram? Which one of those is not also a parallelogram? Cole? A trapezoid, because it doesn't have two opposite angles or opposite sides equal, right? Two opposite parallel. All right. Find the missing angle. 66 degrees, 77 degrees, 88 degrees. Dathan. 129 degrees. Does anybody disagree? I thought for sure somebody would say 99 degrees. Well, I don't know. Why would somebody say 90? Yeah, like a pattern, right? 129 degrees is the correct answer. Moving on. Next example. Find the missing angle. 19 degrees, 151 degrees, and 75 degrees. You guys are like lightning. Natasha. 115. Does anybody disagree with Natasha? Good work. All four of those should equal 160. Find the missing angle. Sarah?
134.
Anybody disagree? 134 it is. Last example, and then I'm going to give you a challenge. Find the missing angle. 65, 126, and 107. Kaylin? 62. Anybody disagree with Kaylin? America, you disagree or you just were stretching? Okay, 62 is correct. Are you ready for your challenge problem? For this one, you may not use a calculator. What is the missing angle here? Brendan? Okay, we want the missing angle, the one that's missing. If we add all four of them up, they have to equal 360. So what's the missing angle? I don't know. I might have stumped somebody. Aaron P? You guys all agree?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, one more. Aaron L? 180. 180, right? 360. Good job. All right. Okay, I would like you to open up your assignment notebooks.